Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and as the title down below suggests, today we're going to be doing the final wrap-up of the Maxim knit kit. I think I forgot the introduction on the crochet kit, but that's okay. A lot of sitting here talking. Anyway, you guys, so as I've stated before with the subscription box review, lots of talking. In no way, shape, or form am I sponsored by any of the companies that I feature here on the channel. If at any point in time they are sponsored or I'm gifted yarn for free from a company, I will inform you it is against the law to not. I do not want the FCC or anybody else coming after me. I spend 3 months with a subscription kit generally. That way we get more of a feel of how the kit actually works. What the combinations really are. We get a nicer, more encompassing view of what we're really looking at. And I unbox each blah, blah, blah. I unbox all 3 videos with you guys, or unbox all 3 boxes with you guys here on YouTube. Share with you what I get, come back at the end and do a final wrap up sharing with you guys the projects that I have completed or been working on with the yarns that we have received. So, month 1 with this was September, and we got Louisa Harding yarn. It was a closeout yarn. We got 2 balls, I believe. This was the pattern. No, we got 3 balls. No, 2 balls. That's it. The 2 balls. And this is the Louisa Harding Pitterissimo. Now, I did find this as low as $3.50 a ball. Unfortunately. It worked out beautifully, though. I did make the project. My yarn ball join was not where the color change is, so I'm not quite sure what happened with that, but we do have a weird line there, but when it's on, you can't really tell. I did share this in a show and tell video. I'm not sure which one, but that was back in early October probably. This didn't take very long to make. It was a fun project to make. I really like the yarn. The pattern has a listed value of $4.97. I did go back and alter my pattern values based on whether or not I could find them online. Many of the patterns in the Maxim kits do have a 0 value. They use the manufacturer's patterns. With Louisa Harding, however, it's like Barocco and a couple other yarn manufacturers. You can purchase patterns, but very few of their patterns are actually free. I did not find this one specifically. I think this is one that was handed out to LYSs that purchased the yarn to sell or to gift with purchase kind of thing. Anyway, the original price on this would have made the yarn $39.90. Like I said, though, unfortunately, I did find it for $3.50. The pattern $4.97. So the total value was $44.87. I paid $14.99. Percent saved was 67%. My notes are down here on the floor in front of me, so I have my hands free to share with you guys stuff. Box number 2, October. We got a ball of Lion Brand Frothy, which has been discontinued for a year. I did make the bias scarf that was in the pattern there. We got a set of knitting needles from Lion Brand. This has a $5.95 retail value. And we also got 4 balls of Colorscapes from Red Heart. We got 2 in Mykonos and 2 in Bangkok. And the pattern for this is a Yarnspiration pattern for a striped scarf. Obviously, I'm still in the process of working on this. December was not very kind on my knitting time between doing Advent projects. This is a longer, I have to think about it project anyway, with the color change and the way the increasing is done. So this isn't a mindless, whip it out in the car kind of deal. But I mean, I really love the pattern. I really love the yarn. I'm enjoying working on it. Ain't no big thing. Let's see. So we have Before it was discontinued, Frothy was $8.99 a ball. The Colorscapes for 4 balls would have been $23.96 retail. My total value this month was $38.90. I paid $14.99. So that is a 60% savings for month number 2 in October. November was the problematic month. If you have not seen my review of the Mary Maxim crochet kit, please probably pause this, go watch that 30-minute video, and then come back, because we're about to have a lot of repeat information. So first off, we got this pattern. It is a very basic blanket pattern. These are a dime a dozen for free online. I'm valuing this at $0. Straight out of the gate. I would never in a million years use this as a baby project. I also cannot use this for multiple places that I donate for, but we've got 12 balls total of green, gray, and white. This is very similar to Bernat Pipsqueak yarn. I actually really like the yarn. It's very, very soft. It is fidgety to crochet with, but I enjoy knitting novelty yarns, and particularly by themselves. I love the way the fabric turns out. The cord in the center of these tend to not be stable enough to work by themselves, though, in a whole project. Anything that's going to be getting weight, pull, things like that. So I wouldn't do a blanket, a shawl, things like that out of this kind of yarn personally. For baby stuff, I just see fluff going in noses and mouths and creating obstructions, which is not a good thing when dealing with babies. I generally would wait to a minimum of 18 months old before I gifted a child anything out of this kind of yarn. I do have the intention of making some amigurumi and using the white in particularly to do the brim on some Santa hats. So I do have plans for this yarn. I just haven't had time to get to it. So right now we're calling it Stash Builder, but I mean, one of the things I plan on making is this Juicy Fruit Bunny pattern. I want a gray bunny. So I do have things printed and ready to go to pair with these, but I did not have a chance to work with them. So based on the price of the Bernat Pipsqueak yarn, I assigned the value of this $29.94. Bernat Pipsqueak comes in 100-gram balls. We got the equivalent of 6 balls of it. So that made the value $29.94. I paid $14.99, 50% savings. Month Y, which is December, there was no way I was ever going to do the project that came with this. This was just a let's squeak out one more month and try to make this something that Carrie is wowed by. I wanted to give Mary Maxim every opportunity to just make my jaw hit the floor, make me excited about the product, the box, the subscription. And while I really love the yarn, we got 4 balls of this bonus, 4 skeins of the bonus bundle, Touch of Alpaca from Lion brand. I like the mushroom brown color. I've made a sweater out of very similar Lion brand yarn before. This is discontinued as well. These originally retailed for $9.99. We got 4 of them. The pattern was a free pattern from lionbrand.com. So that made the value $39.96. I paid $14.99, 62% savings for the month of December. Total value of all 4 months together was $153.63. Total pre-tax cost was $59.96. Percent saved was 61%. After tax and shipping, I paid $91.80. So we still ended up with 40% savings here. I have a huge problem with the discontinued yarn thing. I mentioned it in multiple unboxing videos. I mentioned it in the wrap up of the crochet videos, and I will still mention it again in the comparison review section or video that comes out after this one. I don't like it. I don't like getting discontinued yarn in subscription boxes like this. If it's about to be discontinued, if it's stale, I can understand. But once the yarn's been discontinued, making that your primary yarn in there is very difficult for me. Now, at least with this month, you know, quantity does kind of outweigh on that one. That was an excellent deal. I mean, that's a $40 value pretty much just with this. And even after paying tax and shipping, which was $22.95, I believe, for me, total. I mean, that's a 50% savings. I'm still pretty happy about that. Or just shy of 50%. I think it's like 47 and some change. So I really was not unhappy with like this month, but 2 balls of the Louisa Harding. That yarn is very expensive retail. It is not a cheap yarn at all. It was beautiful to work with. It was super soft and luscious feeling. But finding out that it was a discontinued yarn, yes, you know, it's like $20 a ball. But finding it for $3.50 made me a little less happy. And that was from a website where you got free shipping after $25. So that made it even harder for me to continue to feel excited. I did enjoy the project. I really enjoyed the yarn, but it really does devalue the box overall for me. As with the crochet kit, I would definitely say if you're looking to stash build with interesting yarns that you may or may not be able to obtain, because things like the Ella Ray from the crochet, the Louisa Harding, those are private label expensive yarns that you frequently only see at LYS's or Tuesday Morning. So if you don't have an LYS that carries those yarns and you don't have a Tuesday Morning where you can find the closeout versions of those yarns, you really don't have an opportunity to see these yarns in person. We had a much better value with the knit kit overall, I would say. I was a lot more excited by the project and yarn combinations. I was more excited by the yarn definitely in the knit kit, but still, Mary Maxim makes some amazing yarns for knitters and for crocheters. I would really love to see this kit start to include a lot more of their house brand yarns and things that they actually sell. They don't normally sell Louisa Harding or Ella Ray yarn. They normally sell Lion brand, Red Heart, house brand, things like that. And to have these in the subscription box where you cannot buy anymore. I mean, whether you buy it through them or not, you can't buy it anymore. I also think, especially when you have a company like this that is producing these, to have the opportunity to purchase more if you love it is a marketing opportunity that they are totally missing out. Like this floofy yarn could have very easily been Bernat Pipsqueak instead of Gina. Yeah, it's Gina yarns. It's just not available here. Now that's not a slight. I don't get this and think, oh, cheap yarn because it's a European brand. Most of our yarns are made in Turkey here. We do have some Chinese, some Indian yarns, but by and large, most of the yarns that are sold in the US are Turkish. I have zero issue with getting the European Turkish yarns, or even Eastern European yarns. I don't think this one had a country of origin. No. I'm assuming it's a Turkish yarn. That's not saying, oh, this is bad quality. No, it's perfectly fine quality yarn, but branded with Bernat Pipsqueak, it's something you can buy again. It's something you can recognize when you see it at the store and go, oh, hey, I got that in the Mary Maxim thing. I really liked working with that. Let's grab some more. I really wish Mary Maxim would stop disservicing themselves with the subscription kits by providing yarn that you can't repurchase. I don't think it's doing them justice, and I don't think it's doing their customers justice. I am definitely one of those people, if I find something I love, I buy it. And I buy it in every color when it's on sale. I enjoy having what I love on hand. I will have a video coming out here shortly that discusses why I hate stash shaming. And part of that is different crafters craft different ways. I like picking a yarn I love and then finding a pattern to do with it versus picking a pattern I want to make and going to find the yarn. I craft that way. If you're looking to build your stash with unique and random yarns, I think this is a really good subscription kit overall. The value is definitely there with the knit kit. But if you are kind of more like me, where you really want the whole package out of your subscription kits, maybe not so much. Dude, that bubble thing is doing it's trying to like blur out my frizzy hair. And I keep seeing like this weird thing going on right here where it's trying to blur that out. It's a little distracting, but yeah, I have some very mixed feelings on the European yarns, and I have some very strong feelings about the discontinued yarns. As with the crochet kit, I did a long list of pros and cons and comparing them. And once again, I'm going to have to say this is actually probably a 3.2 stars. It is a little bit better than the crochet kit. The quality of what you're getting is definitely better. For the 4 months I got this kit versus the 5 months I got the crochet kit. I felt like there was more diversity here in the patterns and styling. They were a little bit more intermediate to advanced things kind of thrown in. But I still can't say run out and take my money. I definitely am not missing that this has been canceled. I'm not getting it again. This is the end of Mary Maxim for me. Most of these I have wished I could continue, but this is one where not for me. I'm not the primary consumer for this box. I'm not the consumer they're looking to capture with this box, and that's fine. That's 100% a legitimate thing. But I do feel like they're doing themselves a disservice with the discontinued yarn thing and the foreign yarn thing that we can't buy again, and we can't buy it through them or anybody else. So it's a little frustrating for me to, I can't say, yay, I love it, because I don't. I'm not. But if you do love it, I can see why you do. You get, I mean, there's a nice variety here of what we got with the novelty yarns, which I don't have a problem with. Everybody was waiting with bated breath when I got novelty yarn if I was just going to blast it left, right, and center. I actually like novelty yarn. I'm just very selective about how I use it, when I use it, and which ones I use. But the frothy worked up great. I enjoyed that. I think that would have made a really great, like, ugly day sweater. Like that cardigan you throw on to make yourself feel better when it's like an ooky day or you feel ooky. I love the colors for the Red Heart wrap. My crocheted one from the crochet kit. As with that, I really enjoyed it. This will be a great project eventually. Four balls of this. I mean, this is 200 grams. I mean, that's substantial. So we got, 4 of these. So that definitely could make a sweater. I could knit one. I could crochet one out of this. There are lots of different ways that I can use these yarns, definitely. So if you're stash building, if you want to stretch yourself, like, I mean, you can tell I tend to go out and buy very specific colors, very specific styles of yarn. There are things I know I love. This is nice for a break to make yourself work with something different or something you wouldn't necessarily buy for yourself. But I'd rather coupon shop it, to be honest. I might be less likely to try some of these yarns that way, but I would rather coupon shop it, to be honest. I love the idea of the knit box. I did enjoy the knit box more, obviously, but I still have some some holdups here. And I know it sounds stupid to say, you're failing yourself on marketing here, but you're failing yourself on marketing here. If you're going to include a discontinued yarn, a good way to make people not be mad about it and feel like they just, wasted a whole bunch of money on it would be to you put a sticker, special gift for you, our loss is your gain. And because like the colorscapes weren't discontinued when we got them, but the frothy was. So you could have just easily slapped a sticker on there, said our loss, your gain, and here's an extra for you. And then it would feel not like you paid for it. It would be a bonus gift, a bonus thing. But when your box is made up of discontinued yarns, it's a little bit harder to hide that. Now, that did afford them the ability to put that in the box because it was discontinued, and I'm sure they got it at a really good price. But it also puts me as the consumer in the position of, what if I really wanted to make a matching one for my mom? What if I really wanted to make, like my daughter-in-law one? Can't do that. What if I wanted to, make my granddaughter and goddaughter matching scarves? Can't do that. So to me, it's a very limiting box. Overall, I still feel very chafed by this box and what it has to offer. I see potential in it, and I see why people do love it so much, but I do have to say it kind of is that middle ground. It's a little bit better than, because I did really enjoy what I've made so far, and I'm looking forward to working with the touch of alpaca. I'm looking forward to making some amigurumi, but at the same time, it is what it is, and it is mediocre, unfortunately. And I don't want that to sound like a slam against Mary Maxim, as I've said before. Okay. Not sure what that's about. Getting messages at the same time I'm filming again. I don't want that to sound like a slam against Mary Maxim as a company, because I really love Mary Maxim as a company. They have some great deals. They have some great yarns. They have interesting things. It's like Kirshner's, where you've got a one-stop shop. If you want to do some diamond painting, you have an option there. If you want to do some sewing projects or embroidery projects, ornaments, there are so many different things you could dive into or test. They have lots of kits that they sell on their own that can help you expand as a crafter or try something different. So this isn't I hate them, I hate their company, this is horrible, I'm so mad, I'm never going to buy from them again, like, oh my god. It's not like that. I do think that they're doing themselves a disservice with this kit, though, and it's not reflective of their company as I know it and have experienced the company in the past. So I would have to say stash building. If you want to just push yourself to try something different and work with things you might not pick up yourself, great. If you are looking for something that drives you forward to the next step or really excites you as a long-term knitter or crocheter, you might be better off taking that $15 a month down to your LYS and looking at what they have on sale. And I hate to sound that way, but it's one of those, it really is, it depends on what kind of crafter you are, if you're going to like this box or not. My suggestion for most of the people I know would be probably skip it. Or take that $15 and invest in, some of the, like, blanket kits they sell. They sell really nice blanket kits, and those go on sale pretty regularly, and you can get some really, really good deals on the Mary Maxim blanket kits or sweater kits or shawl kits, where you already know what you're getting, and spend your money with them that way. Those are a much better value, in my opinion, and you're going to be much happier with your finished object and experience purchasing from them that way, by and large. Now, I know people who love this kit. I know people who just enjoy getting the yarn. If that's what you're interested in, go for it. Go for it. But if you want anything else out of this kit, I would say probably not the right kit for you. Is that fair enough? Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and film the comparative review. That should hopefully be out in 2 days after this video comes up. But if not, it's coming. I promise. I love you guys. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you think, because I feel like I'm being harsh, but I'm just trying to be honest on how I came down on this box. So I would love to know your opinion. Also, your comments inform other people too, because if your take is different than mine, I know people do read my comment section a lot to get advice from, each other down there. So let me know what you think. Let everybody else know what you think. I would love to hear your opinion on this. I'll talk to you guys real soon. I love you. See you later.